So you're thinking about buying in Easton Park, but you're not sure where to start with which builder. Well, in this video, I'm checking out 3 different builders, 4 different properties ranging from $300,000 up to $600,000. I'm gonna compare them, compare their incentives, and just kind of give you a sense of the different floor plans available. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Easton Park real estate expert. If you're thinking of making a move to the Easton Park neighborhood, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. I typically upload a video once a week, every Tuesday, ranging from builder spotlights to best deals, market updates. So definitely subscribe if you want to stay included in what's going on in Easton Park real estate. You know, I was a teacher for 10 years. I was a band director before I jumped into real estate. But really the skills I had from teaching just transferred very easily over to real estate. Honesty, hard work, effective communication, and just helping other people achieve their goals is still really important to me. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to help you and your family find a great deal and the perfect home in our awesome neighborhood. All right, we're gonna start with a Brookfield Condo home, so I'll see you over there. So the first new build we're checking out today is a Brookfield Condo, detached condo. This is their Lexington floor plan. This is 1,098 square feet. It's a 2-bed, 2.5 bath, and this one's currently listed at $299,383. Now the condos here are between $299,000. This is literally the cheapest one available right now. Up to $340,000, so we're looking in that price range, low 300s. And then Union Park East is where we are. This is the northeast section of Union Park. This is a condominium, so we have 2-car garage, and then this is actually a private road, so no parking on the road here. And we're pretty close to the corner. There's actually a really nice, I don't know if we can see it from here, there's a really nice playground right on this corner. You can't quite see it's around the corner there. We'll see when we walk on through the front door. Let's check this one out. So this is the cheapest, lowest priced new construction home available in Easton Park. This is also the only one that's almost complete from their condo line. Everyone has been buying up Brookfield. They're the lowest priced builder, right? So this one is gonna be complete in I think about a month. And so I think there's a worker in there right now. The other ones are gonna be finished between October through November, okay? Oh, you're all good. Thank you. So we have a 2-car garage, EV charger, tankless water heater, and then there's no yards, so that's why we don't have a rainbird irrigation system. And then this walks into our dining and living. Now I will say this specific floor plan, a lot of people would look at this and think, well, it's the lowest price, this could be a potential investment property. It can. I can tell you from personal experience, I've helped a client in Easton Park that's a landlord. It has this exact same floor plan, and it took us a while to find a tenant for a few reasons. There's the things I was hearing, you know, feedback from people looking at it, no kitchen island, super small kitchen, really no yard. This is your yard space, and so if you have a dog, it's not even grass over here. There's nothing, right? Just rocks. And then the primary is upstairs. This is also the smallest square footage home available in Easton Park too. So something to keep in mind if you are looking at this as an investment property, might be a little tricky. I will say that specific home that we were trying to lease out, the location of it was backed up to a really busy road, and this one is not. So that's definitely something to consider. It, you know, may work out better for this one, but this is really small. So just wanted to put that out there, okay? But it's the lowest price one. So if price is your only thing and you're just trying to get into a house, this is, for new construction, the only option as far as under 300,000. So we have a large single basin sink, natural light coming in just over the sink, decent amount of cabinets here, the oven, microwave, and then space for a fridge. We can have the builder add a fridge. In this market, that's not an issue. Half bath right down here, pretty good size half bath with the cabinet sink. I assume they're gonna add a mirror. So you can see the front of the house. This lot is actually not bad because you can see, well, it's bad and not bad. Apartment building right here, not the greatest thing to see as you walk out your house. But then there's nothing here. And then just there is William Canyon. So maybe when a car goes by, you'll just be able to see them. You can't hear them at all. So easy access to William Canyon. There's the park I was talking about. Let's zoom in a little bit. So if you have kids, this is a really good spot because you're super close to this cute little park right here, Union Village. And then this is what the front of the house looks like. So really skinny. You can see these just keep going forever down there with a very large apartment complex built over here. But you do have a decent amount of privacy and a good size front patio space here too. So I haven't seen any plans for them to build anything here, so I would hope not, but definitely want to double check that if you did want to move forward with this specific home. Here's just a coat closet, and then everything else is upstairs. So they also have LVP flooring, which I prefer luxury vinyl plank over tile. It doesn't crack, it's waterproof. I mean, honestly, it's cheaper than tile, and I think it's a better quality. It's what I have in my house. I've had both. So no landing up here, no loft, kind of a small hallway. Like I said, it's just a 2-bedroom. So bedroom number 1, no fan included, something you can add. It does have an ensuite, which is nice for both. So if you have a roommate, they would have their own bathroom connected. And then this is your utility. Tile flooring with the drainage, which is good, but you would do stackable washer dryer. And then this is the primary. It's very small for a primary. And that was another big reason that we struggled trying to find a tenant, was just the primary was way too small. But like I said, that home had a major road right here. This one, very peaceful, very beautiful. You can't hear anything, which is the most important. Ton of natural light. Here's your closet space. And then your primary bathroom. So pretty simple, pretty quick tour for these condos. Like I said, this is the smallest at just shy of 1,100 square feet. The largest condo they offer is 1,400 square feet. So something to keep, actually I think it was a little higher than 1,400 square feet. I don't have it on my paper here. So condos are a great thing. That's actually what me and my wife, when we first chose Easton Park as a place we wanted to buy our first house, we were initially looking at condos, but this was back in 2020. The market was crazy with the interest rate super low, and there was a 30+ wait list to get a condo. So we didn't go with that. We went with a courtyard instead. We got lucky in that market and got a courtyard, which was just the next notch up in price from here. So that's what we're gonna go check out next in this video. So this was a condo, detached condo. Now we're gonna go check out Brookfield's Courtyard home. So I'll see you over there. So the next house we're checking out is a Brookfield Courtyard home, as a very loud truck passes me. This is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,041 square foot home, and this is listed at $425,763. We are in Prospect Park right now, and so you can get a sense kind of where we're at. We're actually on Osblick, which is the main road. You can see we have this fence here, so not easily accessible to get to. You have to walk down there, and then there's a path to get on the super wide sidewalk. But this Osblick is going to connect all the way to a town center they're going to build right down there. So in 5, 6, 7 years, this is going to be a great spot as far as just walking distance from movie theater, shopping area, restaurants, right, that kind of thing, while still being in the suburbs. And then further down that way, this is more Prospect, then we have Balboa Park, and then they'll have Slaughter Lane right down there too. So this is definitely, we're in the middle of where they're constructing right now. This is a Dickinson floor plan. And so with the Courtyard homes, they have a range between $370,000 up to $430,000. So we're looking in that price range. So 425, this is definitely the upper end. This, in my opinion, is the best 3-bedroom courtyard home that they offer. So off the bat, we have this really large front patio covered. 0 yard work needed. Oh, I lie. As soon as I turn around, I'm like, oh wait. So you have this small patch right here. That is on you to take care of that. So very open floor plan, except for that one pillar, but we have dining area, kitchen, living. And then over here is our half bath and primary. So half bath, pretty good size, pretty basic. This specific home, they went with the black handles and black faucets, black fan. The fan in the primary, carpeted primary, pretty good amount of space. And then this goes into the primary bathroom. I really like the black faucets, so 2 sink, floor to ceiling tile, natural light coming in, and it does come with a bench. Toilet with natural lights, that's rare, it's nice. And then pretty good sized closet with this weird spot here. They didn't used to put this in this is the Dickinson floor plan, so a little extra storage space down there. Put your luggage there when you don't need it. Quite a lot of natural light coming in here, which is nice. But we have tile flooring. Not the biggest island, an okay size island. You can fit 3 people comfortably. Very, very long as far as the amount of space for legroom seating there. Dining, plenty of natural light. Then we have a built-in range, 4-burner, the hood, and to pull out drawers. No fixtures on the cabinet, so you need to add your own handles. Not a big deal, I've done that before. Really large single basin sink. I like that they kept the black going here. This looks really cool. And then with the fridge, washer, dryer, these are things we can add, and especially in this market, definitely with Brookfield and definitely with me, we can negotiate them to include those. So even though we don't see it in this house, as long as you have a realtor that knows how to negotiate, and I have a really good relationship with all the sales reps at Brookfield and Easton Park, that's for sure something we can get added in, no issue with that. But we do have a built-in oven, built-in microwave, and then our pantry down this little hallway. Pretty good sized pantry. Behind me is our utility room, pretty basic, right? No cabinets, just the shelf. And then this leads to our garage, again, pretty basic. So decent amount of space from the wall to the garage door there. I'd say about 1 foot either side. We have the garage door opener, tankless water heater, EV charging outlet, and rainbird. So everything you would expect to see in an Easton Park home. Now the backyard is where a lot of people get turned off a little bit from courtyard homes. It's just small, and it kind of depends on how you're going to use the space. So the reason that they're called courtyard homes is it's a shared driveway with 4 people. I'll walk over there so you can see 4 different homes on that shared driveway. And so you do lose quite a bit in yard space. Kind of stand in the corner so you can see. So this is it. This is your yard. Not a ton of space. As a dog owner, I want a bigger yard. But if you don't have a dog or you just don't want to upkeep that much yard, this might be perfect for your situation. But walking over here, just so you can see what I'm talking about with the courtyard style, you do have your own driveway. But then house there, long shared driveway, house there, and then this is the main road you would come in on. So you wouldn't actually drive in from Osblick. There's an entrance on Hamadryas. It's the road there. So that's the setup for the courtyard homes. Pretty good amount of space for this back patio, I will say. And decent amount of privacy too. I mean, if I'm sitting out here reading, nobody there, and then there's a patio right around the corner, but that's it. So not too bad for this specific lot. All right, let's head upstairs. So incentives for Brookfield as we walk upstairs. For inventory homes, they're offering a 4.99% interest rate if you go through their lender. They don't really have a flex cash option. They do if you do the to be built. So if you decide to pick a lot and go through the 8-month building a house route, they're offering $50,000 flex cash that you can use towards buying the rate down, upgrades on the home, that type of thing. That's a lot for flex. I was surprised to hear $50,000, so pretty good. But if interest rates are your most important aspect, 4.99 is what they're offering for their inventory homes. And inventory, talking and walking upstairs, I'm always out of breath. Their inventory, this is the only courtyard home currently available for move-in right now. They're building about 8 or 9 others that are going to be completed between October to December. So FYI, Brookfield has been being bought up pretty quick, which makes sense because it is the most affordable builder in Easton Park. So you can still put earnest money down on those builds that are going to be completed October, November, December, but this is the only one that's available for move-in immediately. This is finished. Okay, so we just walked up the stairs. Now we have this loft area up here, which is nice. Very rare to have extra space in these courtyard homes. So this is a big reason why I think the Dickinson is a great 3-bedroom, because you do have just more space up here. Very large linen closet, that'll be your HVAC. First guest bedroom, really good sized guest bedroom. Really good sized guest bedroom with a very nice closet and natural light coming into the closet. More storage, a ton of storage. It's the upstairs bathroom, so just the one sink. Floor to ceiling tile, which I wasn't expecting for an inventory home. Pretty basic builder tile though. But yeah, pretty good amount of space. And then second bedroom upstairs. Again, I'm really impressed with the size of these bedrooms. But it makes sense for the square footage of the home and only having 3 bedrooms. So cool, there you have it. That's a courtyard home from Brookfield. Next, we're gonna go check out a Perry home, one of their 40-foot Perry homes in Pilot Park. So let's see over there. Very windy, very loud. We'll be inside soon. This is a Perry home we're gonna check out. We're in Pilot Park. This home is a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2,528 square foot home, and it is listed at $534,900. So let's check this one out. So you can see kind of where we are right now. This is actually a cul-de-sac, so no through traffic there. And this is facing out east. We're on Happy Van Winkle, so 2-car garage with this one. See, they're working on the house next door. Interesting tile here in the front. Really beautiful front door. Lots of natural light. So with Perry Homes in Easton Park, they have 40-foot lots and they have 60-foot lots. The 60-foot lots are the most expensive homes in all of Easton Park. So these are the 40-foot lots. They're only building in Pilot Park. They're going to be listed around the 500,000s, okay? So high 400,000s, mid 500,000s. This one, that's 2,528 square feet. This is actually their largest 40-foot home. So you get to kind of see this is the biggest end. Typically, their homes range from about 1,800 square feet up to this 2,500 square foot home. So for this one, super tall ceilings, right? That opens up to the second floor. To the left here, this is just a closet. And then we have our utility room actually right off here. Tile flooring throughout. I like that they have the cubbies here, and I love the natural light coming in already. Again, opens up even more here, and then to the right is our garage, just a 2-car garage. I love the natural light coming in here. Right now, we have a really nice view. You can see it in the distance of just hills. Those are 2 empty lots though, so we will have houses blocking that view, unfortunately, for this specific home. But pretty basic. I mean, this is what you would expect from any builder. We have the EV charging outlet, tankless water heater, and then the Rainbird irrigation system. Nothing standing out to me with this. Something Perry does a great job with is natural light. So you'll see all the windows very tall, almost floor to ceiling. So we have our living room here, and then gourmet kitchen to the right. Very long island here, can easily fit 4 people there. And I really like what they've done. They have the lighting underneath the cabinets, really interesting stainless steel handles throughout. The pantry, I'm a big fan. It has the shelves lower here that are longer, and then as you get higher, it's gonna be skinnier shelves, just easier to get to the stuff you're gonna most often reach for. Built-in range, 5-burner range, so you have storage underneath the range as well. And then the hood is covered, so it kind of molds well with the white cabinetry around it. Large single basin stainless steel sink. Built-in oven, built-in microwave. This kitchen's beautiful. Yeah, really like this kitchen. And then we have dining area over here, ton of natural light. Let's check out the primary, and then we'll do the backyard. So primary bedroom, carpeted. I don't know why builders sometimes don't put fans in, especially the primary you would expect. So you can definitely add a fan, and they have the switch here for when you do add a fan, but a little annoyed they didn't put that in at least the primary. You can see backyard from here. Bathroom, we have 2 sinks, dual vanity, separated, ton of space for the cabinets beneath, but pretty basic as far as the mirror and the lighting. I do love these frosted glass windows. So again, lots of natural light. I didn't even turn half these lights on. So that is nice, large walk-in shower. Again, with that frosted glass natural light. I wish the tile went to the ceiling, especially, you know, in my mind, Perry is the luxury builder, right? So you kind of expect the best things. And there are certain aspects of this that are luxury as far as the stucco stone exterior, the super tall windows, right? But just little things like, you know, I bought Brookfield. I live in a Brookfield house. It's the lowest price builder in the neighborhood. And I was able to get, you know, certain features like my backsplash or my tile in my bathroom is floor to ceiling, but that was an upgrade. So you can definitely get that through Perry. You just have to go through the to be built route. With inventory homes, there's gonna be certain things that they didn't do because, you know, they made it and it wasn't customized in a certain way. I will say real quick, for Perry, they're offering $35,000 flex cash, or you can do like a 4.99% FHA loan. They have a few options. I think a 5.49% conventional. That's all if you go through their lender. So we kind of have to see which one makes sense for you, but kind of keep that in the back of your mind as we're comparing, you know, 35,000 flex cash is what Perry's offering. Going to the closet here, pretty small closet. I was surprised when I walked in here earlier, not the biggest closet. So Pilot Park, Brookfield and Perry are the 2 builders in this section of Easton Park with pretty comparable pricing. It's all going to be in the 400, 500,000s. I say that because this is the first thing that annoyed me. Beautiful, large, open back patio space, covered. Again, no fan, which is annoying, but it is what it is. You have the gas outlet there. I really wish the neighbor's patio wasn't right there. And I can tell that's a Brookfield home, mainly because of well, I can just tell. So the issue is when you have the same builder on a street, they are gonna swing the houses a certain way, meaning which side the garage is gonna go on, right? Which direction the house will be built. And so when you have 2 different builders on the same street, they're not going to agree sometimes on like how they're gonna swing their homes. And so you get situations like this where you have patio next to patio instead of patio next to the side of their house and then the patio for them is on the other side, right? So this makes it a little bit awkward in my mind. I value privacy over everything when it comes to my house. And so everything else about this works out great. We have this large wall, the next street is higher, so you're not going to see, and I think, yeah, that house is built. It's actually a 1-story behind here, so that opens up a little bit of the sky for you, but you don't really have a rear neighbor looking in on. Just annoying that that patio is right there next to ours. As far as the backyard space, pretty good amount of space. You can see we're one house over from that main road, but that road really doesn't get busy. I would be a little concerned about the sloping and making sure the irrigation kind of slopes and then stops there. So when it rains, are we just gonna have a huge puddle here? You know, how does the irrigation work for this specific lot? I'd wanna ensure that won't be a problem before I, you know, buy a $500,000 home. All right, let's check out upstairs. I also like the different color that they did, right? The blue versus the white. It's going upstairs, it is carpeted. Now they added this little feature that I quite like, which is they have this, so real quick, this is the loft, right? They have this little upstairs balcony. I wish it was bigger. Very small, but you can get a sense of the view from up here now. It's gonna be a shame because they will build 2 houses there, so you're not gonna get those hills in the background. That's another thing with Pilot Park. Really depends on what side of the street you buy on. I live in Pilot Park, and I made sure I bought on the street that faces that way. So my backyard isn't a wall, it's just open sky. You're gonna pay a premium for that, but I think it's worth it. Regardless though, just be aware you're either gonna get a wall or that side of the street on this part of Easton Park, because it is going up a hill. So this one, you kind of get the view until they build 2 homes there, then it's going to cover up the view a little bit, but you can get a sense of where we are right now. Wish this was bigger. I think I could fit maybe 2 chairs. Really nice size loft area up here. This home really would be perfect for a family. There's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs with this large loft. So here's the first bathroom, just a single sink. Here's the first bedroom. Very good sized bedroom. Decent sized closet too for the guest bedroom. Second bedroom, same size, same closet space. We'll have linen closet there. And then third bedroom, again, same size. These are all relatively good sized bedrooms. But this one does have an ensuite single sink for themselves, same size. And so you can see kind of the backyard view from up here. That's kind of what's behind you. So yeah, there you have it. That's Perry Homes, 40-foot Perry Homes in Pilot Park. So let's go check out the last house. So the final builder we're checking out is Newmark. This is their Grace floor plan. This is 2,707 square feet. It is a 5-bed, it's a massive house, 5-bed, 3 full bath, and 3-car garage. And this is listed at $599,990. Where we are is Balboa Park, which is southeast, currently southeast Easton Park. They're gonna keep building south, so eventually it'll just be central east, but currently southeast. I'll pan around so you can see where we're at. Balboa, this is all Balboa right here. It's a very small pocket community. I have a separate video on Balboa if you want to check that out. Beautiful storm about to hit me, so I need to move kind of quick. This is Apogee. So over there is Kiki Park. And then further south is going to be more of Easton Park. They're going to put Slaughter Lane connecting here pretty soon too. So let's check this one out. Beautiful stone exterior. So all of the Newmark homes are courtyard homes. So you'll see you do have a yard, but it does kind of face the side of the house. This is actually the first time I've been inside of their Grace floor plan. I really like this floor plan. So really interesting spiral staircase. We'll go up there second. We have this nice nook here, put something as soon as someone walks in. Nice family portrait, however you want to use that space. You have a bunch of storage here underneath the stairs. And then the primary is actually upstairs, which surprised me. So you have this bedroom downstairs. If you don't care about space, you just don't want to walk up and downstairs, this could be the primary. Or if you have someone older living with you, then they don't need to worry about stairs. You have 1 bedroom down here with a bath right next to it. So you can kind of see what they went with. Nothing too fancy here. LVP flooring with the wide plank. I like how that looks. Really tall ceiling once you get into the primary living area. Ton of natural light. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about with the courtyard style. So this is your patio, your back patio, quote unquote. And then it's kind of the side of the house. And your yard goes all the way down there and it curves a little bit too. So it's quite a lot of yard space for a courtyard style home. I really like how big this space is too, the covered patio. Looking at the kitchen now. Built-in oven and microwave. Kind of the same what we've seen from everywhere else, right? Corner pantry. 5-burner built-in range with a pull-out. This one, they didn't do the single basin, the double basin. I prefer single basin, not a big deal. And then you have the filtered water here next to it. And under lighting, interesting, somewhat interesting subway tile. Really large formal dining area. This could be formal dining, this could be home office. It's a really large area. And then this goes to the garage. Open space here for a mudroom. You can put some shelving here, coat hangers. Garage is really nice. So as I said, it's a 3-car garage. It's a ton of space. Both garage doors have garage door openers. And then you have a door back here directly from the garage leading to the backyard. So you can see what I'm talking about. This goes all the way around. And then this is also a shared driveway. So 4 homes in this courtyard, shared driveway to get in, and then you have your own driveway here to get into your 3-car garage. All right, love the natural light. This is great for storms, storm watch from your living room. Even better views upstairs. So let's go check out upstairs. I was surprised that the primary is upstairs, but you actually get a really good view from up there. So it's kind of up to you if going up and downstairs is a big problem. But this house is perfect for a really large family. Again, 5 bedrooms, under $600,000 in Easton Park. It's going to be tough to beat that price for 5 bedrooms. So you can see the view from the top of the landing, and then this opens up so you can still see downstairs. Bedroom number 1 with a pretty good size closet space, and there's a view of Kiki Park / Apogee right there. Really large loft area. They're building that, so you will have a house right there. Second bedroom up here. Again, decent sized bedroom, pretty normal closet space here. And then kind of a weird bathroom. They can gain entrance from their side. Just a single sink. The tile doesn't go to the ceiling. Pretty basic for an inventory home. Third bedroom upstairs, very similar to the one we just saw. And then you end in your utility room primary bedroom. So utility room close to the primary, that's nice, easy for doing laundry. And then here's the primary. So not the biggest primary, small tray ceiling, really beautiful view though. I was really surprised. I was like, okay, I can get used to this. It's a really beautiful view. They're gonna keep building over here. That's the rest of Balboa, but it's just gonna be literally one more street is Balboa, and then Slaughter will be connecting over here, so you can get out onto this road that's already built, and it's gonna connect to Slaughter, so easy access to 183 from here, as well as the town center that they're going to be building over there. You can also see, I'll zoom in, Coda Tower right there, so you're gonna have a great view of the fireworks show from Coda. And then primary bath. So we do have the soaking tub, walk-in shower, large frosted glass window, and then here's your closet. Words today. 2 sinks, pretty basic. I do like this tile on the floor. This looks nice, and then just the toilet right here. So I know with Newmark, their incentives are kind of on a case-by-case basis for the properties. It all depends on the property, but what they're talking about right now is 3.99% interest rate and all of your closing costs paid. So definitely really good, specifically if you're worried about the high interest rates like most people are in the current market. Know that builders are flexible and are willing to buy that rate down if it means getting you into the house. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video enjoyable, found it informative. There are 7 builders in Easton Park. I didn't want to do an 1.5-hour video today, so we're only seeing 3 different builders. Last month I did another video. We look at more Perry homes. We look at Taylor Morrison. Haven't done one with David Weekley in a while, so I need to add that. But if you are thinking of moving to Easton Park and you just want someone to kind of help guide you, definitely reach out to me. I've lived here since 2020. I have great relationships with all the builder reps. I've toured all of the homes, and you can look at my YouTube channel just to see how much I've toured. So I know all the floor plans really well. I know the different parts of Easton Park really well. I know the future development. So if you are thinking of moving out here, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of that can be found in the description below. I'd love to help you and your family find a great deal and the perfect home for your situation in our awesome neighborhood. Until next time, I hope to see you guys around town.